People of Earth, greetings. This is David Giuffre broadcasting live, deep underground from the Brainclaw Enclave in picturesque Morrisville, Pennsylvania. We haven't done one of these in a while. Thought I would hop on, see what's going on. I'm hoping that all of you are well and that nobody is sick. Fresh, clean water. I hope you're all healthy and safe and fed and happy, and that your mental states are firm and not unstable. It is Tuesday, 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. We've got some things to talk about today. I hope some people are hopping over and joining me today. It looks like there's a bunch of people lining up. That's great. Please drop me comments in the comments field with your questions and statements and conversations, and we will have a nice little chat today for maybe half an hour. Covers interesting topics. So anyway, what's new, friends? Lots to talk about today. Yes, great shirt. The Mandalorian. It's griefing me a little, but that's okay. So what's happening? What's our first order of business today? Our first order of business is, people have been asking me what my EDC is while I'm been home with the Rona lockdown. EDC, everyday carry the things that you carry every day with you. So I'm going to share a little bit of what I carry, some of what I carry with you real quick, since people have been asking. Let's take a look and see. So first and foremost, of course, I don't have it on me right now, but I carry a tourniquet. It's in my jacket. When I go out, I will transfer that to probably my left hip, or around 7:30, 8 o'clock behind my left hip. Now that it's warmer and I won't be wearing my jacket, that tourniquet will go on my belt in a nice little holder. Tourniquets, extremely important. We haven't talked about that yet. Get tourniquets, carry them with you, learn how to use them. More importantly, take a class on life-saving procedures, CPR, tourniquet use. There's a great course available for my friends at Tactical Response called Immediate Action Medical, and they teach it all over the place, and I highly recommend that you take it. You are way more likely to use a tourniquet than a firearm or knife while you're walking around going through your daily life. So keep that in mind. Tourniquets keep people from bleeding out, from gunshot wounds, knife wounds, car accidents, you name it. Get a tourniquet, get a good one. And remember, your little ones, a regular tourniquet will most likely not work as well on your little ones. I keep a rat's tourniquet when I go out with Gwenny. It's very thin and can get around her little limbs better than the larger size tourniquets for grown-ups. So remember that too if you have little ones. The last thing you want to see is this is hard to say, the last thing you want to see is your little son or daughter bleed out in front of you and knowing that you could have done something about it. So carry a tourniquet, learn how to use it. Save a life. It's great. So anyway, whoa, the door is opening all by itself. What could that be? It's my co-star, ladies and gentlemen. My co-star of the coronavirus lockdown, Gwendolyn Rose. Hi, Gwendolyn Rose.
Hi.
Are you going to come say hello to the nice people? Look up the green dot. That's where they're looking. That's where they see from. I love you. Are you being a good girl? Mm-hmm. What are we doing today?
I'm just playing in the living room.
You're playing in the living room? What are you playing?
Just playing this game. I didn't make what thing because I don't want to because I don't want to call anything. It's just a game I made up.
Oh, you're playing a game that you made up. That's the best kind. They're the best kind. That's good. Did you even get dressed today?
No, I'm still in my nightgown.
You're still in your nightgown?
Yeah.
Wow. So you're clearly enjoying the coronavirus lockdown, taking it easy, helping Dad do his chores, right? Are you going to whisper something? Oh, well, hey, that's good. The people probably would be happy to hear that, but
in a pro.
It's in a pro. You're right. That's okay. That means you're healthy. Keep it going. Keep it going. Is there anything you want to say to all those people out there? We got people watching. Just want to say hi. Say I love you.
I love you.
Yeah, that's good. You're a good kid. All right, I'm gonna go on with my live stream. Okay.
Bye.
Where's my kiss? Love you.
Bye.
Thank you, crazy person. You can maybe come down and visit in a little while. Okay.
Okay, because I can visit after a few minutes.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, but you mind if I keep a little crack in the door?
No, I would prefer if you closed it. Okay.
If someone comes in on you.
That sounds right. That sounds good. Thank you, Bubba.
Bye.
Mwah. She's really the star. She's who people want to see, not me. She did manage, however, to completely smudge my glasses. Where were we? All right. Well, people checking in on Facebook while watching YouTube. While watching YouTube. Come on over to YouTube and watch it. Then you can comment in the YouTube comments, and I can talk to you guys. Look at that. People are watching. That's good. Anyway, Gwendolyn Rose is awesome. We know this. She's adorable. What were we talking about? EDC, everyday carry. We talked about tourniquets. Yes, tourniquets. What else? What else do I carry on my person? This is the Smith & Wesson Shield, the original model. 9mm subcompact handgun. Very utterly reliable, rock solid Smith & Wesson Shield. 8-round magazine. It happens to have Gorilla Silverback hollow point ammunition in it right now. Thank you. Awesome stuff. Yes, so that's my constant companion during the coronavirus. It's a fantastic little gun. 8+1, wouldn't be without it. I carry 2 spare mags in my other pocket. I'll just get one out. You can see what they look like. There you go. You'll notice all of my mags are numbered and labeled. It's a great practice to get into. I was taught that by a dear friend, James Yeager. Number your mags, write your last name on them. When one fails, and they will, you know exactly which one to throw in the garbage. We don't mess around with mags that fail. If you get feed problems and stoppages, the magazine is very likely to be the culprit. And once you determine that it's your magazine that's causing the issues, that shit goes in the garbage. Chris Chick, hello, mate. Glad to have you here, my friend. Glad to see you. Feel free to chime in on the comments. That's great. I'm glad to see people coming in. Yeah, magazines. Number them. Number your mags. If they cause you problems, throw them away after beating them with a hammer. Have lots of magazines. Having lots of magazines is good. Number them all. It makes complete sense if you think about it. My last name is on my magazines because I do a lot of training, and our magazines fall in the dirt all day long, and we need to know whose are whose, so that's an easy way to do that. What else? What else am I carrying? Oh, the one other thing that I have is that my the only modification that I make to my guns usually is you'll see that pretty glowing dot back there on the front sight. Those are excess big dot sights, and they are simply the best handgun sight in the entire world. So these are tritium, excess big dot tritiums, and the glowing dot you can see very clearly on the back. So I'm being very careful with the muzzle. Yes, I'm being very careful. So back here, you see a very shallow V. Let me put it right there so you can see it. a very shallow V, and a vertical line with tritium. And then the front sight is a glowing dot with tritium in it, and it's bright, as you can see right there. All you do is you dot the eye and pull the trigger, and that's where your shot goes. These are the best sights I've ever used. They're on all my guns. XS, the letter X, the letter S, big dots. XS, big dots. They make them for everything. They make them for many, 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 many different guns, not just handguns. They're great on shotguns as well. XS big dot sights. Check them out. They're great sights. So when you're outside, you can see them very clearly. And then when you move into an inside dark environment, the big fat ball on the end glows. It's very handy. Other EDC things. 2 mags in the left pocket. Smith & Wesson shield on the right, behind the right hip at about 4 o'clock. It's riding. Oh my God, my big cat is here. Hello, hero. My Smith & Wesson shield, as well as my new winter gun, not my new winter gun, but my winter gun, which is my Glock 29 10mm, ride in NSR tactical holsters, as I think we may have already touched on. So yes, NSR Tactical make fantastic holsters. And I'm wearing one right now at about 4 o'clock. Inside the waistband Kydex holster. 2 loops, 2 belt loops, very secure. Tension screw to adjust the tension. Nice holster. So I wear that every day. 2 mags in the left pocket. This is my Streamlight, right? Yes, this is my Streamlight Tac Pro light. Streamlight Pro Tac 2LX. It's dark in here, but yes, ridiculously bright. Yes, I just destroyed my camera. I don't know how many lumens, but ridiculously bright. And more importantly, it's very solid, well built. Belt clip on it, or pocket clip, whatever, and a momentary on-off switch so that you don't have to telegraph your location. You can just take a quick look and see what you have to see. Streamlight makes an excellent light. They don't break the bank. Surefire also makes an excellent light. They're about the only 2 I would carry at this point. Streamlight and Surefire. Surefires are a lot more expensive, but hey, you get what you pay for, and they are also great lights. I have one for my rifle, but I do not carry one. I have the Streamlight, which is a good second for sure. I keep hearing that Olight makes a nice light as well. I don't know about Olight products, but I've seen them discussed, and they seem like they're a good option. Hey, here's an idea. Carry a flashlight. Do you have any idea how often I use my flashlights? I actually carry 2. I carry a little tiny one for non-danger situations, so my old eyes can see what the hell's going on. I don't know if you're like me, but I have found that not only do I need readers to see, but that I need more light to see things now too, which is not something I remember from like 10, 15 years ago. So yeah, I'm always using my flashlights all day, every day, all over the place. I use my flashlights, and I like to save the Streamlight for like danger situations and stuff like that. I'll still use it occasionally. It has a low light setting and a strobe setting, but carry a light. There's an idea. Put a light in your pocket. People are constantly borrowing 2 things from me: my flashlight and my knife, all the time. We'll go there next. Nothing too formidable, nothing too impressive. This was a gift from my daughter. This is a Kershaw. I do not even remember the model. It's an assisted opening knife, not a switchblade, but like an assisted opening. So there's a mild reverse spring inside the handle, and when you close it, it tensions the spring a little bit, and then when you press the release, it opens up. So this is a great knife. It's rock solid. It did not break the bank. I am not a wealthy man. Would I be carrying a Browse Blades, or would I be carrying one of those like $4,000 knives if I had the money? Sure I would. But I don't. I carry a Kershaw, and I carried a Gerber Torch 2 before this until I busted the point off of it doing something stupid. Also, funny little thing. I don't believe you truly know a knife until you have cut yourself with it at least once. And to be perfectly honest, I've cut myself with every single knife and tool that I own. Happens. They get used. All of my stuff beat up. None of it's pretty. My guns are beat up. My knives are beat up and they break. And I don't care. I don't give a shit. These are things I carry every single day. So yeah, how about that? I think that's about it for the front pockets. Oh, I have this really awesome little dragon that my friend John Bowles gave me many years ago. And I've carried it every day for the past 17 years. A little superstition. I don't know what you want to call it. I've lost it 5 times and it's come back to me 5 times in strange places. Don't really know how that works. A little bit weird, but there you go. So I carry that little dragon. Wallet is in my back left pocket because that's where I like to keep it. And I think that's about it for everyday carry. I wear, the most important part of what I carry every day, I wear a Hanks gun belt. Again, practical, does not break the bank, but it is literally the best gun belt I have ever used. It is thick and it is strong and it holds the gun and all my other gear extremely well. And it cost 1/3 of the Galco belt that I had before it. And with all due respect to Galco, they make wonderful products. I have their holsters. I have many Galco products. Their belt did not hold up as well as the Hanks belt. The Hanks belt didn't experience any turnover, didn't experience any deforming. I've been wearing the same Hanks belt for 2.5, I guess almost 3 years now. Hasn't deformed in any way, has not stretched, has not gone out of shape. And it holds my firearm and holster and all the rest of my stuff extremely securely. So Hanks, you rock. If you need a gun belt, and if you own a pistol, you need a gun belt. So let's just get that out of the way right now. If you are going to carry a gun, you need a gun belt. A dress belt does not work. A thick regular belt does not work. Buy a gun belt, and I cannot recommend Hanks enough to you. You need a stable platform from which to deploy and then reholster your weapons. And a belt is crucial. So yeah, that's my EDC. There's a few other little items which I'm not going to go into, but I carry some interesting things. My bag upstairs that I take to New York every day has some very interesting items in it. Another tourniquet. In fact, I think I carry 2 tourniquets. I have a VOK medical kit, a ventilated operator kit that I got from Tactical Response. I have owned at least 2 of those. They're gunshot wound and trauma kits. Carry one of those every day when I go to New York. Don't know when I'm going to be going back to New York at this point. Yeah, man, gear does not have to be expensive, but it has to be reliable. And everything I carry has a purpose. I don't like carrying a lot of things. My pants fall down now as it is. It's so annoying. I don't know where my ass went, but it fell off about 10 years ago and I haven't seen it since. I don't know what happened there, but yeah, I don't need to carry extra crap on my belt that I don't need. So everything I carry has a purpose. iPhone, as much as I hate it, I have an iPhone 8 that works just fine. It's in an OtterBox armor box, which is great. That's another item I carry every day, much to my chagrin. I'd love to get rid of it, but we're all very dependent on them now. And that's it, pretty much. I carry vitamins and medication in a small, it's kind of funny. It's an old Peltor earplugs, little round black case. So I carry vitamins in that with me back and forth when I need to. That's the only other thing I carry, and that's it. So EDC, yes, that is it. Let's see here. Masks. I want to follow up on masks because this is nuts. And so we got the Surgeon General 2 weeks ago, or even up to a week ago, still telling us that masks, for some reason, only work for medical professionals. Please leave them for the medical professionals, blah, 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 blah. Sure, I get it. We now find out that, as I suspected, that wasn't the case. They work great. And now he's telling everyone how to make their own masks on video. So my level of trust of the media, of government officials, was never great to begin with. But after all the lies that I've seen on national television right to my face, my trust is at an all-time low, which is a shame, really, because you'd like to think you can trust your elected officials and your surgeon generals and your professional experts in the field, and it turns out that they either have another agenda, like the mask situation, or they're just ignorant, or they're guessing. So yeah, it's fun. You're adrift right now, and you can't trust anyone. You have to use your own eyes and your brain and your ears, and you have to make your own decisions. I have been wearing a mask and gloves for over a month now when I go out in public. And I'm going to continue to do so for the foreseeable future. I was prescient enough to get a case or two of N95s. Chris Chick, trust the government? Lol, good one. Absolutely, man. Your government and my government, man, I don't know, dude. We got to hit the reset button or something. Anyway, yeah, masks. So yeah, I got masks. I've also heard of a Stanford study that you can bake your masks at 198 degrees for, I think it's 5 minutes, to completely kill any viruses or bacteria present on the mask. Do that research yourself. I haven't really followed it up because I have so many masks. I'm not worried about that. But you may want to do a little research on that if you're reusing a mask over and over again. So, think about that. And, again, it's just this idea that we just can't believe anything we hear. We can't, that sucks. Like my parents, they believe the news. Not a slag on my parents, but the baby boomers era, they used to scold me for not watching the news. How do you know what's going on if you don't watch the news? And now it's so patently obvious that it's just, a lot of it is just either straight up misinformation, agenda, propaganda, or just they don't know and they're guessing. Does not inspire confidence, my dear friends. Does not inspire confidence. So that sucks. That really sucks. You got to make your own decisions. You got to keep your family safe, and you got to do what's best. And David Giuffre recommends that you wear an N95 or better mask when you go out, and nitrile gloves if you can find them. But I'm so sick and tired of talking about this crap. I want to get on with my life. This is ridiculous that we're still talking about this stuff. I don't know. Excuse me 1 second. Drink water. Lots and lots of water. Oh, yes, the hair. And the goatee. Yeah, the beginnings of a goatee. I got to the point where I was looking like an aging Wookiee, Chewbacca's uncle or something. And I wasn't going to be getting a haircut anytime soon. So I said, F it. I'm going to shave it off again. And that was easy to do. And, you do a little of this. You get kind of a tough guy thing going on. It's fun. It's 5 plus 5 to toughness appearance. It's kind of funny. I like it. I need all the help I can get in that department, obviously. Yep, easy to maintain. And, I whack it off every couple days and it's just fine. So anyway, hair, all that business. What else we got here? What else are we talking about today? We are going to talk about people, traffic, and distancing. Okay, yeah, man. I had to go out one more time. I had to go out to the pharmacy one more time to secure meds, family meds and family vet meds and stuff. Nobody in Morrisville is giving a shit still. It's truly unbelievable. It's just packs of people, mobs of kids roaming around, grown-ups. Every Wawa is filled. The restaurants are rather the grocery stores are packed. There are people everywhere talking to each other, shooting the shit. Clusters of 3, 4, 5, 6 people. People just don't give a shit. We finally have our first cases here in Morrisville as of last week. I don't know. Obviously don't know who that is, where they are. But yeah, man, I don't know. People don't seem to give a shit. So cool. We're trying to sit tight. We're trying to limit our excursions to only the absolute necessity. We just really can't afford to get sick right now. So we're doing our best not to get sick. So, what are you going to do? Are people around you practicing social distancing? Let me know in the comments if they are. I've seen pictures of my friend Chris Chick lives in Torquay, England, on the seaside, and he showed me lots of video of a whole lot of nothing. It is empty. And I think that was either a Friday or a Saturday, and it was just, I didn't see another person in his videos the whole time. So yeah, I don't know if people here are just not giving a shit, or if they're sick and tired of being in their houses, or a combination of all those things, but nobody cares. Nobody cares. We'll see. It's supposed to be, the experts are telling us that this week and next week are the peaks, are the big danger times. So we'll see. I've also been seeing these videos of like people, citizen reporters taking their phones and driving to hospitals and like going to hospitals, going into hospitals. You see on the news lines around the building. People can't get tested. Lines of people coughing. Testing facilities are mobbed, hospitals overwhelmed, not enough hospital beds. And then all these people go with their cameras and they, it's videos time-stamped and everything. They go to the locations and there's just nobody there. The parking lots are empty, less than normal. Nobody's lined up for testing. Nobody's got lines around the corner. And look, I'm not here to tell you, that any of this isn't happening. It's obviously happening. I know people who have died of this. Fortunately for us, nobody directly close to us has passed, but I know it's happening, but the news media is portraying it as this Armageddon, and there's no Armageddon happening, at least not in any of the video I've seen. I also saw, this happens all the time with the media now, another trust builder. They showed footage of not a triage hospital, but like an intensive care in some American hospital, and then you wind back and somebody revealed that exact same footage is from a hospital in Italy, and our news was using it as a hospital locally in the United States. Lying again. I cannot even keep track of the times I have personally caught the media lying to us. It's just, what do you do with that? Like, how do you reestablish trust with people when the media is straight up lying to you? It's just so bizarre to me. Like, I'm still trying to wrap my head around all that. We're not talking conspiracy theories. We're just talking lies, straight up manipulative lies to get you to feel a certain way or to act a certain way. And I don't know. I find it exhausting, completely exhausting. Work. What about work? You guys working? Anybody working? I'm still fortunate enough to be working from home Monday through Friday, which is really great. And happily my business is educational video, and a lot of educational video is being consumed right now because of distance learning and things like that. So yay, accidental good choice there. But yeah, I'm working. I'm doing my regular thing, getting up in the morning, getting a shower, getting dressed, coming down, working on videos. Been doing it for, I guess, 3 weeks now. It's fine. I can do it. Get more done at home. I told you guys that last time. I get a lot more done at home. So yeah, happy day for getting a paycheck every 2 weeks. What else is going on here? I'm just checking my list to make sure I don't miss anything. Animal Crossing New Horizons. I know. 51-year-old man. Kids game on the Nintendo Switch. But I'll tell you what it's doing for me. It's what's called a simple life game. And you move on to an island in a tent with a couple other animals. They're like anthropomorphic animals talk to you. And you slowly build a house, you slowly build furniture, you craft items, you get wood, you get rocks, you get iron, you make things, you trade with the animals, you slowly build the island up. And it's this beautiful, calm, peaceful meditation of a game. And I've gotten into this pattern where when I put the little one to bed at night, I come down here, I sit in my red chair, put my feet up for the first time all day, and I just go into this little world. And I catch fish and I catch bugs and I find fossils in the ground when I take it all to the museum, and you can go see them in these beautiful exhibits in the museum. And what it is, it's meditation. People talk about video games and positive, negative aspects. It's a meditation for me. At the end of my horrible day, horrible. Okay, not horrible. At the end of my still busy and a bit stressful day, worrying about all this, BS, and are we going to be able to feed the kids next week? And is there still food coming in and all that business? I just sit down and I go into this island world where there are shooting stars and a full mapped sky full of stars. The moon phases are accurate. The time of day and the seasons are accurate in the game. And sometimes I just wander around and I look up at the sky, and it's just like, and there's wind blowing and there's environmental sounds, and super peaceful. If you don't meditate, I would recommend doing meditation. If you want an alternative to meditation, throw yourself into a world building game where it's just nothing bad happens. It's just peaceful and fun. And it's a great stress reliever. So keeps me from barking at people all day when they get under my skin. So that's a happy thing. Animal Crossing New Horizons on the Nintendo Switch. Highly recommend it. What else we got? Oh, food. Well, we might as well talk about food since we're talking about feeding the kids. It looks like things are going to get a little squirrely with food shipments in the next 2 weeks. We were getting about a shipment a week from either Aldi or ShopRite, and the times and slots for that stuff online are getting more and more sparse as time goes on, and because more and more people are not going to the stores, obviously, and now it's getting harder to get a slot and to place an order, and it's taking longer for the orders to come. We're fine. Believe me, I've prepped. We've got plenty of food. It may not be all the food that we love. It may not be all the fun stuff and all that, but we are going to be fine with food. So if it takes an extra week or two, we're going to be fine. We're going to be just fine. But I am starting to see that sort of delay in the shipping. I've ordered myself some fun things from Amazon. A fun thing a week, I allow myself something, some little snack or drink that I like. I get it just to keep the morale up. But the regular food shipments, Stephanie's handling all that, and she's doing a bang up job keeping it coming in. So that's good. So I'm not too worried about that, but we are seeing a slowdown there, which will be interesting. Speaking of the kids and Gwenny's view on all this is just hilarious. It's a grand adventure to her. And I mean, she knows what's going on. She understands very clearly the dangers. She's heard us say things, about people passing, and, she gets it. She washes her hands. She does her ABCs. We're very safe if we go out. We do still take walks every day. We still play outside in the afternoons after my work is complete. But yeah, we're real cautious about other people when we're walking. We keep people at about 20 feet. I try not to go out if it looks too busy. We walk around the neighborhood. We haven't really ventured out of the neighborhood. I just don't want to put her into any danger at this point. And I don't want her to bring anything back to the house. I mean, that's the more important thing. We've maintained our sterile isolation here for just about a month now, 3 weeks to a month, and it'd be a shame to drop the ball now. So we're going to try to just keep hanging tight and whatnot. So that's been fun. Dreams. Oh, I've been experiencing way more lucid dreams and more really bizarre dreams than normal. I don't really put stock in dreams in other than that it's my brain's hard drive decompressing and getting rid of old data or sorting through things, all that business. But yes, dreams have been escalating radically. I can only think it's a side effect of a little bit of stress, a little bit of worry, probably bringing stuff up from a long time ago, high school stuff, college stuff, old friends showing up, people who have passed showing up. Yeah, animals that have passed showing up. Yeah, it's pretty wacky. And then online, I keep reading about people having more dreams and odder dreams than usual. So that must be some sort of stress reaction or something. But yeah, that's been a little bit strange. I'm not going to lie. What else we got? We're got to wrap this up soon. I guess we've gone about 35 minutes. Glad to see you're all still with me. That's cool. Patience. I've learned a lot about patience in the past 3 weeks. Patience with others, patience with the kids, being patient with myself, being patient with people online when I interact with people online. Everybody deals with this in a different way. I'm certainly not special. I'm certainly not a Superman of any kind, but I have a good sense of humor. I can take things with a grain of salt. I can let stuff go that's bothering me, and I don't hold grudges. Like somebody said once that holding a grudge is like drinking poison and waiting for the other guy to die, which I think is brilliant. Holding grudges and being angry just sap your energy, and I don't have time for that. So in realizing that everybody responds to stress in a different way, even the people in my household respond to stress in different ways, and being patient with them is vital. Be patient with your family. Be patient with your spouse. Be patient with your kids, especially. We're asking our kids to take in a lot, especially the little ones. We're asking them to deal with a lot right now. Be patient. Take a deep breath. If you need to, go take a walk around the house. Take a deep breath, count to 4, go take a lap, hop on the elliptical, do 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Your outlook will be completely different, and you won't bark at the people you love, and you won't say things that you will regret later. And if one of your family members, if they deal with their stress in ways that is unpleasant or is not productive, that's okay. Be strong. Let it roll off you. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's not the end of the world. Everyone deals with stress differently, so let it go. Love everybody except the people who don't deserve it. Just kidding. Fear. That brings us to fear. Fear is a good thing. Let me tell you why. Fear can be a good thing. Fear is also can be a really terrible thing. Fear keeps you alive. Fear keeps you safe. Fear keeps you on an even keel because it makes you think twice about doing things. We're not going out because ostensibly we are afraid of getting sick with something that could kill us. So in that way, fear is good. When fear becomes overriding in your life, however, and you become paralyzed by it, or you are unable to take action, which is my favorite phrase these days, taking positive action, the fear becomes crippling, and you become useless to yourself, useless to everyone else, and it can instantly and permanently adversely affect your health. So use the fear as a tool. Use it to keep your edge and use it to make good decisions, but do not give into the fear, and do not give into depression, and do not give into, these negative feelings. It's all temporary. All this is temporary. We're going to be looking back at some point and be like, oh my God, I can't believe we just went through that. Can you believe that? It's over. This will pass. We know this. We say this every time. It's one thing I like to end every little chat that we have with. This will pass. It is not a permanent situation. It is not a permanent state. If you want to get upset really quickly, watch the mass media and take everything that they're saying and make it a part of you, and you will die of fear within a week. It gets them ratings, it gets them viewers, it gets them chattering, gets people chattering about it, creates controversy. This is what they love. Don't give in to the fear. I saw something today that in one breath, they were saying that the governor of New York or the mayor of New York was like, we've got plenty of ventilators. We've got plenty of hospital beds. I think we're going to be fine. And then I read an article right after that. They're going to be burying people in Central Park. There are so many bodies. And I'm going, okay, wait a minute. This is like not jiving with me here. So stay away from that shit. Here's an idea. Take a break from it. Turn the freaking screens off. Turn your phones off. If you can, you freaking addicts. Turn that shit off. Go outside. Get the sun on your face. and stop following every grim, miserable fact and every grim, miserable news story. Stop it. Turn it off. Go outside. Don't worry about it. Do you have enough to eat? Yes. Do you have shelter for the night? Yes. Are your family safe with you? Yes. Do you have drinkable water? Yes. Do you have a means to defend yourself? Yes. Guess what? Life is good. Knock it off. Go outside. Turn that shit off. Seriously, turn it off. Stand up. Take some action. Go outside. Take a walk. Put your phone away. Play with your kids. Bond with your kids. Bond with your spouse. Turn off that fear machine, man. That's all it is a fear machine. Do I look at it? Yes. I take a peek at it while I'm doing my work. I see what people are saying. I laugh at a lot of it. I don't believe most of it. And I go about my day. Turn that shit off. You don't. It's a fear machine. Turn it off. One final thing I want to touch on, and then maybe we'll wrap this up. You're watching. Look, I'm going to say this, and I don't care what you think. America is the greatest country in the world. One of the top countries in the world for freedom and prosperity and happiness. And if anybody else tells you otherwise, they're wrong. And here's the situation. People in power are using the events that are happening right now to curtail, modify, diminish, take away your rights, your freedoms. And I'm not talking about staying in your house and keeping safe from the coronavirus, but watch what politicians are doing. They're pushing for way more gun control, right? They love crisis. They love crises for promoting gun control. They are releasing thousands and thousands of convicted felons back out into society to fight the coronavirus in jails, okay? They're taking away your means to defend yourself, and they're releasing criminals back out into society. What are you doing? No, what are you doing? Seriously, what are you doing? It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my entire life. They're talking about censoring, more censorship on the internet. They're shutting down voices that aren't spouting the company line here. I mean, every time there's a crisis, they use that as an opportunity to curtail your rights. And you should not be okay with that. What makes this country great is our Bill of Rights, our Constitution. What makes it great are the freedoms that we have to say what we want and to do what we want. And when that stuff is curtailed, even temporarily, they don't want to give that power back. Are you kidding me? Oh, yes, when the crisis is over, we'll give back the power. Sounds like Emperor Palpatine. I'm sorry, sounds like Senator Palpatine from Naboo, right before he turned into the Emperor, right? So, yeah, be aware of what your local government is and your state government is doing to curtail your rights. And if you're not happy about it, say something. Say it online. Say it to your representatives. Write your representatives and say, hey, I'm not cool with this. They work for us. See, from the president on down, your local to your local politicians, they work for us. We don't work for them. They work for us. Don't forget that. They're just our representatives. They're not in charge. We're in charge, but we have forgotten this. And it's good every once in a while to remind our politicians from the local all up to the top, to remind them that we are the ones who are in charge, not them. And, remember everything that's going on with the mainstream media. Remember everyone who is saying shitty things about people right now. Remember the ones who are spinning lies in order to try to get people removed from office. Remember the ones who are trying to ban words and curtail your freedom of speech. Remember the ones who are trying to take your defense, your ability to defend your family away from you. Remember those people in November, okay? We'll just say that on the way out. Remember those people who are taking away your rights, and remember them in November. There's this idea that people on the left, and I don't want to get real political in these discussions, but there is this idea that people on the left are okay with having rights taken away, or they're okay with, if I'm not doing anything wrong, what's the problem with the government watching me? that kind of an attitude. And there's this attitude that there's people on the right, they're all about preserving their rights. Well, here's the bottom line. None of that matters when the rights are gone. Left, right, center, doesn't matter. Pay attention to what your governments are doing with your rights and have a laser focus on that. Your rights are very important. The Bill of Rights and the Constitution are one of the main things that separates us from many other countries in the world that have a lot less freedom. So just remember that. Remember that come November and cast your votes accordingly. Anyway, it is now 45 minutes into our discussion, and I think I'm going to call it so that I can go play with Winnie, and maybe we can go outside while it's still nice. As usual, it has been a blast being with you guys, and I look forward to the next time we do this. A week seems to be good to do these so we don't get bored. If you have anything you want to talk about, text me, hit me up, send me a comment in the comments thing, hit me up on Facebook. We'll talk about it. If you have questions, comments, if there are things I can be doing better, again, I'm really new to this. If there are things I can be doing better with the format, the way I talk, the way I present information, tell me. I'm great with that stuff. I love criticism, so I can be better at what I'm doing. This is still really fun for me to reach out and talk to you guys. So if I can do it better, or if you have suggestions, please give them to me. I will not be offended. I don't get offended. It's all good. So thank you. And we will talk again soon, my friends. Be well. Keep your family safe. And, I say a prayer for all of you for happiness and health. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Cheers.